So I was on Facebook the other day and like I saw a picture of
blue Jello,
a basketball, and it was very rotund.
I believe that.
Zombie pissed
It
on
makes
my
you wonder, like, why are they square?
I think it would be easier for basketballs to like bounce if they were floral, like if they were made of flowers. Like
My father is Luke.
But then you wouldn't be able to bake them in a cake. Or would you be able to bake them in a cake?
you would be able to bake them in a cake, but only like
2 + 2 equals
freaking,
these nuts.
Like little Debbie cake, like pastry type
I
thing.
want to bake a cake and give it to Barney and watch him eat it.
I'd fuck Barney.
Barney's a pedophile, so
I'd fuck the
I don't
shit out of
think
Barney.
Barney needs to be anywhere near your cake.
You know, pedophile backwards
Is
time in jail.
I want cake.
very true, very very true. I think what
Summertime, about a time of love. So we saw this movie.
Spoiler alert! You ready?
I look so good in this hat. I mean,
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
hey.
We don't have any comments about our intro yet because we haven't done it as far as of now. So you'll see the intro.
We have an idea, but we don't know how we're gonna do it.
We're doing the intro after we're doing the review this time, which doesn't always happen.
They need to know that.
Cause I just think it's so funny because usually we talk about the intro, but this time we ain't talking
We
about the
could have
intro.
just said some random shit.
It wouldn't have nothing to do with the damn intro.
I would have been like, oh my god, so did you see the way that you jumped off of that building down there?
But you know what would be so funny though? If we said some random shit, it wouldn't be that far from this goddamn movie.
So we saw Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Originally
Now,
And that movie was
Hardcore.
hardcore.
yeah, that's not a lie.
Yeah.
The reason why we saw Hardcore Henry though is because normally we do the biggest movie as well as if we get to a review and a reviewer's choice. But Hardcore Henry is by far not the biggest movie, but it's one of the most innovative movies to come out in a long time.
Yeah,
It was Darius' idea to see it, and it was a good idea to see it.
Yes,
It was a
I
good
think
idea.
so.
I agree.
I'm confused at how I feel about this movie though.
So the synopsis for this movie is this guy named Henry gets his arm and his leg blown off.
For unknown
How?
reasons.
We don't know.
They never explain.
The movie starts off with him as a kid, I guess, getting a pep talk from his dad. So he wakes up and he's been turned into this cyborg robot warrior guy,
fine
and I wouldn't say that,
She
but
was fine ass, but she looked pretty good.
and so this woman wakes him up.
She looked pretty good.
Yeah, the woman wakes him up and she's like, "Oh my God, Henry, do you remember who I am? I was your wife," and like gives him a ring, and then gets kidnapped like a dumbass. So then he's on a mission trying to find her, and then so when she gets kidnapped, this guy comes in with random telekinesis for no reason.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse
Batman v
Eisenberg
Superman.
from Batman vs Superman comes in with random telekinesis for no goddamn motherfucking reason at all, and like starts fucking shit up. And so the guy never gets a speech thing, so he doesn't talk throughout the whole entire movie, which is probably a good thing. So old babe gets kidnapped, and he's like, all right, let me go find my girl or whatever, my wife. So then he meets this guy named Jimmy who gets killed 1 million times.
Right.
And after
Turns out he had a seatbelt cyborg and shit. Say the fuck.
Are you giving the synopsis or am I giving the synopsis?
Give the synapse.
Y'all need to finish this goddamn synopsis either way.
So basically, the end of the movie is he has a big boss battle with the fucking telekinesis guy, rips his head off with his eyeball,
That was cool.
and then kills old babe.
Initial thoughts?
I don't know what to think. There were so many parts. There were so many parts that I loved, but I can't tell as a whole if I liked the movie or not. to be
The
honest.
whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I like it, but do I like it? But first of all, it was graphic as fuck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
One thing that really irritated me about the movie,
Like whether it's bad or not, it's graphic.
I understand it was first person.
Yeah.
However, there would be little moments where he would be like jumping off of something or like moving around, and he would be in one spot and then he's in a whole other location, and it's like,
Well, the reason why they did some of that, I thought about it, and I was like some of the stuff they did, like say he's running, all of a sudden he's like at the end of whatever trail he's running or whatever, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, yeah.
I understand they cut the camera because you don't want to watch all that shit.
well, I understand that, but how the hell you go from jumping off a ledge to being inside the goddamn motherfucking building? No! Let me see how you got in there. What the fuck?
The credits opened up crazy as fuck.
The credits were dope. The credits were the best part of the fucking movie.
graphic shit. Like if you thought Deadpool was kind of graphic, nah.
Don't take your
Deadpool ain't got shit on this.
Right, damn.
Like
This movie was like I haven't seen a movie so graphic in like years.
Like Wanted was graphic. Deadpool was graphic. This motherfucker was graphic. Welcome back.
Alright.
But no, when you first watch the movie with the first person, you can't help but be intrigued and like be into it because it's clever.
The first few
just the thought to tackle it.
The first few action scenes had me hooked. I was like, God damn, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But then it got a little old after a while, to be honest.
At least like 30 to 45 minutes of first person. You know what I think? What I think messed it up was not just that it was the first person over and over, but the fact that it was pretty much the same movie.
Yeah.
It was just mindless crazy action. I gotta kill everybody. Oh wait, follow me. I'm Jimmy. Mindless crazy action. Kill everybody. Follow me. I'm Jimmy. Here's the bad guy. Mindless crazy action. Here's Jimmy and the bad guy. You know that's all. It was just.
Right. It was Jimmy action, Jimmy dead action, villain.
That's all it was. That's all it was. And that is what I think
And
made
he
it
died
so
at the end of every single action scene of the movie, Jimmy.
And it took them so long. Like there's still so much shit they didn't explain.
Yeah.
But it took them.
Why
long.
did he have telekinesis?
But it took them so long to explain the shit they did explain anyway.
Right.
They really didn't even explain it that well. So
Well, they
like,
explained why Jimmy kept dying, which was a big ass question.
yeah, it was like, because he got his head blown off in the first like 5 minutes of knowing this guy. And all of a sudden, there he is again. I'm like, who is this man?
And he was like a different type of Jimmy.
They did explain it, so.
My question is, do I care?
That's the whole thing. Do we care about the?
I definitely didn't give a damn about Jimmy dying when he
This
actually,
movie-
when he actually died.
This movie wasn't like made for emotional investment in
It
its
wasn't,
characters.
No, but I mean, you see so much of Jimmy, you would think
You give a
just
little fuck.
you give a little bit of a damn, and like he was dying, and I like leaned over to Jeremy. I was like, I wish I cared that this dude.
He was a
died
pretty
right
cool
now.
character, but
But I mean, I'll say this though.
All of him.
I'll say this though to piggyback on what Jeremy just said. There are movies that you go to watch and they're turn your brain on.
this is
Like The
big
Expendables.
one. Yeah.
That's turn your fuck. If you try to make sense out of this, no, it's not for that. It's just watch it. It's mindless action.
Right, and this is one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, big
This is so far from what I've seen, one of the probably the epitome of turn your brain off
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want to enjoy it.
If you want to get logic out of this movie, go watch something else because you won't get it.
I can see somebody buying this as a guilty pleasure. That I give.
Oh yeah. I think this is probably
Because it's mindless action and it's done in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Whether I enjoyed it or not, I can see somebody getting it for that reason.
It was just so disorienting. I think that was my biggest problem with the movie.
true.
Is the whole time I was just like,
Can you imagine if this shit was in 3D?
But I
seizures. Everybody's having
Right.
But
no, I said to Jeremy when he said that if it was in 3D, I was like, I don't think you could get away with 3D for this movie because it's supposed to be first person.
Right.
And I don't feel
It
like
would
things are
still
coming
be
at me
worse,
because
though.
they already are.
Right.
So that would be like, what the fuck, you know?
but yeah, it just the whole movie just had me so disoriented. Like from him jumping off of things into being randomly in a building and
It didn't give me that
it
vibe.
just. And I was just like, that's why I kept saying I'm so confused because I was like literally had no idea what was happening.
There were definitely parts in the movie where it was like, I'm just sitting there like, this is a lot to fucking take in.
Yeah.
Because you have to really look at what Henry's looking at times to know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because he's being chased, and of course when you chase, so that the camera's
Camera's
moving around,
moving
around and all this stuff, and then the opening though, like the first about maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes or so, were pretty good. Like when he escapes the ship, gets in the pod, parachutes down, hits the highway, jumps off, hides in your car, all that. That was pretty good.
That was cool. It was like a stealth kind of scene.
But even that, just like, I think it's just the fact that it was first person. I don't think first person is a way that you can film a movie because even that, as well done as it was, it still had me like, what?
Well,
But then again, I guess that's kind of what they were going for because if you fell out of a goddamn thing and like rolled around on the ground, you'd be a little disoriented too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it
gives you that. It makes you feel like you're there.
Yeah, if that's what they were going for, bravo, filmmakers, because I was disoriented.
That is what they were
I
going
was
for.
disoriented as
Well,
fuck.
I mean, this is something I thought about too. I don't know if you all agree, but I feel like this is just the next step from the found footage genre.
Yeah.
Because
I would like to see.
Because the one thing with found footage is the person who holds the camera can show themselves, but for the most part, if you're holding the camera, it's kind of like first person anyway.
Right.
You just don't see the hands and shit.
I would really like to see a really, really damn good horror movie in that kind of first person way, though. Not like filmed through a camera.
I don't know if I want to see another first person movie like this.
I feel like a first person horror movie would be hokey. Because the only gag they can use is jump scares.
But no, do you agree with me when I say that? Y'all agree with me when I say this is kind of just one step up from found footage?
No.
I feel like it. I mean, if they want to go this route from now on.
Because if you're holding the camera, the way found footage looks, they're moving it around and everything, so it's kind of like first person.
But
they just took it to that next step.
No, see, I think it's different because with found footage, a person can drop the camera, you can be looking.
Well, that's why I said
it'll be
next
something
step.
different. But see, I don't think it's the next step up from that. I think it's a completely different step in a different direction. I think it's something. I think it's something completely different because if a movie is first person, you're going to get everything from that person's viewpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Found footage, you're getting things from their viewpoint and everybody else, not everybody else's viewpoint, but like from different angles. Sometimes the camera will drop. Sometimes you won't even see anything on the camera.
Right.
So I feel like those are two completely different ideas. Like, yes, you're holding the camera, but you have so much control over what the camera can do. This is the camera is your eyes. So
exactly.
you only have this field of vision, whatever you see in front of you. So I can't agree that they're similar.
Yeah, I understand what you said. I had a point I was going to make, but I forgot it.
Just like this movie. Oh. It didn't. Thank you very much.
I don't know what to talk about with this movie, guys.
So, list of actors.
I mean, I think that's it. Yeah, I honestly think that's it. Like, there's just action and Jimmy.
There's action in Jimmy and random telekinesis. I am so upset at the fact that this guy has telekinesis for no reason.
Are you about to go on a little rant?
I'm gonna go off on a little rant for a minute because look, movie. Y'all told me that this man had telekinesis. Y'all didn't tell me why. I mean, y'all told me why Henry was running around looking like a fool. Y'all told me how Henry had to heal himself. Y'all gave me power-ups and upgrades because this is literally a video game. I mean, he was
a video game that you're not controlling, right?
Yeah, when he picks up the gun, when his gun is empty, he puts that one down and picks up another one. Like, that's a video game.
Is that adrenaline?
But the adrenaline, and then he all of a sudden can whoop ass like a mofo. But the one thing,
he's jumping on the bodies like steps.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a video game.
The guy with the telekinesis, like all of a sudden goes like super telekinesis and is like lifted up and like has.
Oh, remember when he split his fingers in half?
That was pretty dope. But no, I'm not done with my rant. So y'all gonna give me this dope like effect because the way it was done, it was very tastefully done.
Yeah.
But it was done really well.
Well, how he kept throwing Henry around and shit.
It was done really well. When he threw that naked bitch at old boy, he just threw a naked woman at him.
Fucking got old. It was random, not needed, and wasn't done that
Well,
well.
let me continue my rant. I thought it was done very well. However, it was like, why is he able to do this? Are y'all gonna tell me at any point during this movie why he's able to do this? Why he is the only super meta human in this movie? Like, where did he get his powers from? Why are his eyes like orange and white?
They were.
Like, I mean, maybe he was like.
Is he not a human? Is he a witch?
Maybe he was a cyborg.
Well, tell me that. Somebody tell me something. Why does a cyborg have telekinesis?
I don't know. Maybe.
So you telling me that you can put some cybernetics into my skin and make me have telekinesis? Because if so, where the hell do I sign up? Like, that just don't make sense. It just does not make sense for the one character in this whole movie with a plethora of like warriors and people fighting for him. He is the only person in this movie that can do telekinesis. Where did this concept and idea come from? I just need to know. Somebody needs to tell Darius where it came from so that I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you. Let's fucking rate this shit and go.
Cast characters? I don't think there is an actor for Henry.
I was about to say,
they don't announce.
I'm looking at the cast and it does not say.
It was probably just like a bunch of stunt doubles and stuff.
It's probably a stunt guy.
Because I'm assuming that they, like I said to y'all, I'm assuming that they had somebody with a camera strapped around their head, like a very, very professional GoPro or something like that strapped to his head, and it was actually somebody in the field moving.
It probably was just a stunt man.
And he was probably moving
he did
like
a lot
this.
of crazy
Well,
shit.
a lot of this shit is animated too.
A lot of this animated, and a good amount of it had to be green screen.
Like that whole end scene where he blows them all up with that grenade thing. I was like, this is the most like terribly animated thing I've ever seen.
It was low budget at times. Well, they had a $10 million budget.
That's low budget.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's low budget?
For movies these days, yeah, that's very low budget.
What's the average budget for a movie?
Like 100 million, 50 million.
Listen back. There's what's his name? Charlton Copley.
That's Jimmy.
Charlton Copley. Is it Copley or Copley? Copley. Jimmy.
He was pretty cool.
He wasn't bad.
I liked him.
me.
I didn't care when he died, but
I didn't give a fuck when he died either. I didn't think he was bad. And I do think, because I was thinking this when I watched
He was in District 9.
He definitely got to show his range as an actor.
Yeah, he did.
Because he got to play out different characters.
He did.
That irritated me.
I honestly did not have a problem with him.
I liked it. I did.
Danila Kozlovsky.
She irritated me.
That's a con.
Well then, he irritated me.
That's how you pronounce his name, man.
It might be pronounced differently than that because it's Russian, but he irritated me too.
He was okay. His accent was
Because
I thought he was the weakest out of the fucking three people we saw.
His accent was a little. His accent kind of annoyed me.
It was like.
I mean, that's probably his real voice though. So
I know. It was
like he's not putting on an accent.
It was like
It
Australian mixed
seemed
with
like
Russian.
It seemed like he put her accent to me.
Didn't sound like he was.
It was like it was like
Sounded like
it was
his
like a
voice.
mix of Australian and Russian. It was annoying. I was like, what the fuck?
And the fucking random contacts, the random hair, I didn't think he was a good actor.
He didn't fit into the movie. He made no sense in this movie. Why could he do telekinesis? Oh my god.
That really bothered you.
It really bothers me because nobody else in this movie gave any like any inkling of being able to do that, and then he just randomly pops up with a posse. Usually somebody in the posse can do that. Nobody in the posse has telekinesis but you. What the fuck?
Hey Darius, my answer to that is, what's in the case in Pulp Fiction?
That's less irritating than that. I have gotten over the fact that I don't know what's in the case in Pulp Fiction, but why could he do that?
Haley Bennett, Estelle.
She irritated
There
me.
you go.
She was.
Who was a Khan's wife,
She's
aka
British in
everybody's
real life.
wife.
She's British in real life, and it's so obvious she's hiding an accent. It's so obvious.
It was it? Or was that just me?
No, it wasn't really that obvious to me.
It was so obvious.
And it might be because I didn't know she was British in real life, but she didn't sound like she was hiding an accent.
It was to me. It was so obvious. Oh my god.
I mean,
She wasn't
cool.
there much.
She is.
And then she
when
turned
she
out
was-
to be the main villain, the secondary villain.
Yeah.
What she was there for, she stood around.
And she fucking fell and died.
I thought she did a better acting job at the beginning than she did at the end, and that ain't saying much because her job at the beginning was
She
her
was
job at the end when she's like, "Why'd you do this? Why'd you?" I was like,
You motherfucker!
"Babe, we need to talk.
You crazy bitch.
You're not doing a great job right now."
Yo, crazy bitch, but you thought something good a long time ago. Nobody in this movie
was that impressive.
Nobody in this movie was impressive except for whoever the people are that play Henry.
The biggest, you get the biggest actor who is like known and definitely has put in great performances, and is a good actor. And this motherfucker's on screen for less than 5 minutes.
And says the same thing both times he's on screen.
Except he adds a little bit to it at the end.
Yeah.
Tim Roth, right? And Tim Roth, he did a cool job, but he didn't do nothing.
He's a damn good actor.
I'm starting to question whether this was a movie that needed to be made.
It was your idea we saw this, and like I said, I understand why.
No, I am not regretting my decision to see the movie because I think we should have seen it. I think
I understand why.
However, I am questioning whether this movie the concept of this movie is something that they should have pursued. I think
Go ahead.
I think the first person idea is something that should have been done. However, I think they should have planned it out more or took a different route with it. Or if they were gonna go the whole this is a video game, make it give it legitimate video game elements instead of trying to kind of sneak them in with actual movie elements. It was just too much. This movie did too much all at once, and it was just all over the place and disorienting and confusing, and dude could do telekinesis for no fucking reason, and then it ended, and I was like, what? Can we rate this shit and go?
Well, I was gonna say, the movie itself, like I said, it was way, it was way too much going on and way too crazy and everything. But I respect the fact that they attempted it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like wholeheartedly respect.
I'm giving them every single respect.
On a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10 for trying this,
they get it 11.
and even somewhat pulling it off. Yes. For even somewhat like just making a just a story of it happening. Period. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on, Darius, you that really?
Jeremy, please rate this movie.
I'm gonna give it about like a 5.5. It's pretty good.
That means it's just above average.
Yeah. Because it is a just above average movie. There were a lot of parts I enjoyed in this movie. I'll say that. I enjoyed a lot of parts in this movie. But there are parts where I was like, okay, it's the same shit over and over again. Violent, over-the-top deaths. Let's move on.
Right.
Yeah, and it just got to the point where like action scene, Jimmy, action scene, Jimmy. It kept going. It had the same shit going every scene, and it got a little old after a while. And it felt long. It could have been shortened a little bit. It could have been shortened to like an hour and 20. Hour and 15.
Yeah, it could have been a short movie because it felt like it was damn near hour 45.
Yeah. It could have been like an hour 15, hour 20 minute movie at the most. But yeah, 5.5. It was a little above average parts. It got old after a while, but overall I kind of enjoyed it.
I'm not upset with that at all. I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna rate this shit. I don't know. Like I said, I respect them for attempting it, but just because I respect you for attempting it, I can't grade you on your attempt. I have to grade you on the execution.
Yeah.
And the movie itself, there were some things they did right. Like I guess you could say some of the special effects weren't terrible. The graphicness of some of the stuff was cool.
Yeah.
All that shit. At least especially too, like when I said when it first starts. You're intrigued about the first person, so going along for the ride, you're into it. But like you said, it does get old.
Yeah, it goes on for too long.
Like I started going in and out of like sleeping towards one of the fights because I was just like, this is old. What the fuck,
Make it more
It was the same goddamn shit.
Yeah.
And then like from what they answered, it took them a long time to answer it, and then there are some questions that aren't answered. So,
yeah.
But all in all. Would I recommend this to somebody?
Darius pissed.
I would recommend somebody if you have time.
HBO.
Yes, catch it on like regular TV.
HBO
or
Saturday
HBO
night,
or something.
HBO Friday night movie. Go ahead.
Don't spend full price.
Bring the kids.
Don't spend matinee. Don't buy the DVD. Even though I said I see somebody buying it for guilty pleasure, I wouldn't say buy the DVD.
No.
Don't. If this movie fades into obscurity, then at least the people who made it can say that at least we attempted it. So
I would never watch this movie again because it's not going to have the same effect the second time. So I would never rewatch this movie.
All in all, I hate to rate it what I'm gonna rate it because I feel like I'm being too harsh, but I can't even say at least the acting was good in this. So all in all, I'm just gonna kind of have to say, I feel kind of bad for my rating right now. I've never felt like bad for my rating for a movie. This is the first.
Damn.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Oh shit, that's lower than I thought. Damn.
I feel bad for that is a first for me that I feel bad for my rating because of how much I respect them for what they did. But like I said, I cannot grade the attempt. I gotta grade the execution.
Okay, Darius.
I think me and you should just.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I was confused as to whether I enjoyed this movie or not while I was watching the movie.
Yeah.
However, I quickly came to realize that I was so confused and disoriented and confuddled and bewildered and fucking every fucking synonym that you can bring up for confusion.
Speckledorf.
Yeah, all of the above.
His face when the credits were rolling, the second the credits started rolling, his reaction was just like...
I seriously, legitimately am still confused. Like, I honestly, there was so many underdeveloped moments. There was so much missing from this movie that I can't be like, oh well, at least they tried, because I don't feel like they tried. I feel like this movie was put together. They were like, let's make a first-person movie. Let's do some shit. Let's make it kind of like a video game. And there you go. Let's just put this in front of the people, and people are gonna come see it because it's something innovative and new. But if you are going to do something innovative and new, you have to put effort forward, and I did not feel the effort in this movie. It felt like they put more effort into trying to confuse me than trying to make an actual film. Like, I mean, and I don't feel like I'm being harsh. I feel like I'm just being legit. Like, sorry about it. So, with all of that being said, and add to the fact that old boy had random telekinesis for no reason.
That really bothers you.
That really bothers me because it's just another underdeveloped plot point. Like, so I am going to give this movie a 1. I do not feel bad about my rating. I am
First
not
time I ever
sorry.
felt bad about mine.
I am not sorry that I rated it this low. I don't feel like it needs anything higher than a 1. However, unlike the two of you, I would like to see this movie again to try and understand it. Because
I was not expecting you to say that.
I like legitimately am still confused. I'm not gonna pay money to see it again.
Right.
But if I see it, like, once it comes out in Redbox, well, I'll pay $1 for it just to see if I can sit down at home by myself and like consume what this movie is and understand it.
4 hours.
And I'm disappointed. I think that's what it
I
really
was
is.
just about to say.
I'm disappointed too.
I was just about to say that I think it's safe to say that we all wanted to really like this.
Because I went into this movie because the trailers make it look amazing.
I wanted
And
to
then
love this shit out of it.
There's funny little,
I really did.
probably the best 2 moments in the movie.
The trailers
For me.
Well, the trailers make it look amazing.
Not amazing, but you know.
Pretty awesome.
But we all, it's safe to say we all went in and really want. This is one movie we all wanted to really like.
Yeah.
We did,
Go ahead.
definitely.
The best 2 moments in the movie for me, the reasons I rated it a 1, are when he's with one of the Jimmys, and that shit pissed me off. I'm sorry, that really fucking irritated me. He's with one of the Jimmys, and he's like, you know, cover me, and so he takes care of all the bad guys, and he goes like this. I thought that was really like a cute, like moment. And then when she's like, "How could you do this to me?" He writes "easy" and blood.
That part was cool.
I thought that was so fun. I thought that was
dumb.
That was fun. I thought that was fun.
because that's the shtick. It's a first person movie. He can't talk. What else is he gonna do? So I mean that to me is a developed point. That to me is, well, he's got to do something other than kill people. Let's give him some funny, like give him some fucking personality.
All right. So all that being said, we give this movie 3 Jimmys out of 10. Out of 10. Close it up.
I'm done. Y'all can close it out. I'm done.
So apparently Darius is not coming back.
Yeah. He's done. This is the first. If you guys have stuck with us since the beginning, since Mockingjay Part 1, this is the first time he's ever just kind of walked away from review and never came
It's the first time
back.
any of us have walked away from review and decided that we're not coming back.
Yeah.
Because even when you left the car in Mordecai, you came back.
I came back. I was pissed, but I came back.
But anyway, I guess that being said, that's it. Hardcore Henry, Double H, not Triple H, Double H. No,
Kinda cool, I
That is
guess.
what it is for you.
Got boring after a while.
Yeah, a short while. We are still working on, the requests, so keep sending them in. We just been busy, and I know I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record,
We are
but
busy.
we do appreciate you guys.
Extremely
So
busy.
please send them in. We are going to we have them a list of the requests we have, and we're going to tackle them when we can. We also plan to see the Jungle Book as well, so this is not the only movie we see for this guy.
I've already seen it.
But we'll see it again. You'll see it again with us, or at least like review it with us, whatever.
Yeah.
But so that's not the only fucking review we do for this month. Is fucking this piece of shit.
Right.
Well, damn, that's harsh. But I hate to say it, but this shit. And also keep looking out for skits with us. Remember, we changed the schedule to Monday and Thursday, not Sunday and Wednesday. Jeremy will be in some skits, of course. We're also going to have some more podcasts coming up. So go to SoundCloud under the same name, same difference, the Out of Pocket Podcast. First and third Tuesday of every month.
I was in one.
And yeah, he definitely was. He's going to be in more. So please keep checking that out.
I'm definitely going to be in this.
Yeah, right. Of course, there always are. And Like I said, man, the one thing you can respect about the Sleep in the Third Row is no matter how much we respect the movie, no matter how much we wanted to love a movie or whatever, we're gonna kick it to you straight.
We're always gonna give you our honest opinion.
Our honest opinion.
I'm not gonna tell you I love the hell out of
A
50
movie.
Shades of Grey and I hate, I'm not gonna tell you I love 50 Shades of Grey because I did not. It's still to this day the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
I think the best way to say our honest opinion is when our Batman Superman review, which is the last one that we did.
And I loved it.
Because he loved it, and the rest of the world seems to not have really liked it, and Jeremy told the fucking truth.
I loved it.
So there you go.
I loved it. I still do.
But no, stick around, y'all. We really do love y'all.
Right.
And all that being said, wait. As always, peace.
Bye.
See ya. Same difference. And stay different differentials.
Bye!